Effective June 15th, Robin Bobocel became the new Executive Director of Electrical Contractors Association of Alberta, replacing Sheri McLean, who is retired. Robin, thanks for joining me today so we can get to know you a bit better.
Thanks for having me, Anthony. I really appreciate this opportunity.
Now, Robin, your work experience is quite varied. I looked you up on LinkedIn, and there's a whole lot of stuff there. But rather than going through your CV item by item, can you point to some past experiences that you're excited to bring to your role as ECAA's executive director?
Sure. So I have worked I guess I've been primarily a business advocate for many, many years. And that's what really gets me excited about this opportunity. I've worked with an organization called Concrete Alberta. I was the executive director of that organization for a couple of years. Through that experience, I was able to work with partners across the country, as well as represent and grow that industry here in Alberta. Um, I worked for the Chambers of Commerce Network for many years in Alberta. Was the chief operating officer of the Edmonton Chamber of Commerce, which was the largest municipal chamber in Canada at the time. Was also CEO of the Red Deer Chamber. Part of my roles, in fact, the primary roles that I held in those two organizations was the development and advocacy of policy that was designed to help business. Working at Chambers of Commerce and at Concrete Alberta, I think are the most two relevant experiences that I have that I would like to bring to the Electrical Contractors Association as I work towards helping the industry grow and become even more successful than it already has been.
Well, that kind of segues nicely to my next point. And in the realm of government and regulations policy, with which you have experience, what are some of the priorities for members of Electrical Contractors Association of Alberta? Some things that come to mind. Where are we at with promptness of payment, Skilled Trades and Apprenticeship Education Act? What are your members telling you?
With those two files in particular, prompt payment legislation is passed into law here in Alberta, thankfully, with the strong support of our industry and of our association. Right now, we are working with government to develop the regulations around that legislation. ECAA is at the table, part of the stakeholder consultations, and those discussions are ongoing, and we hope to have some resolution by the fall. But things are working along very promising right now. With respect to the new legislation around apprenticeship, we are again engaged with government directly, both individually and as a group with the Alberta Trades Coalition. And we are actively engaged with the Minister of Advanced Education to, again, ensure that our industry is represented within the new legislation. There's a couple of points within the legislation that we're specifically working on, and that's ensuring that industry has sufficient representation within that new legislation and within the new apprenticeship board, whatever it may be called. That's really important to our members, as well as ensuring that there aren't any unintended consequences of the new legislation. The old legislation worked really, really well, and parts of it did anyway. And we understand the new legislation is designed to increase flexibility, to include more trades within the Act. And again, we're working with them to ensure that things that were working well continue to work well.
Oh, so you've got your hands full and you've just come aboard, but something tells me, Robin, that's the way you like it. I don't think you're a guy who likes to just sit on your hands, so good for you.
Yeah.
So now there's important work being done by the association in representing its members, representing the trade. But times are tough. People probably question the value of memberships in this, memberships in that. So how will you, along with your board and ECA members, make the case or reinforce the case for the importance of belonging to Electrical Contractors Association of Alberta?
Well, I think proving value for membership dollars is always the case with any industry association or not-for-profit. That's always the struggle that leadership faces. I completely understand and appreciate that a dollar spent with us is perhaps a dollar that isn't able to be reinvested into a member's company. And it is our job to demonstrate to the members through our actions and through the programs that we offer, and that a dollar invested in us is hopefully shows a dollar plus X return to their business. We're able to engage with government where perhaps members won't be able to. They're busy working on and in their business, and they rely on us to represent them within government discussions, when engaging with other industry associations that are complementary here in Alberta, as well as learning and bringing back best practices from other areas of the country and bring those back to Alberta. So those are just a few examples of where we hope to add value. Early discussions with my board indicate that this will be a heavy focus of mine. And so I'm going to be looking at the things that we offer and the great work that Sheri has done in the past, and we're going to build on that to demonstrate to members that ECAA is truly the voice of the electrical contractor industry here in Alberta, and we hope to attract more members as a result.
Well, and a united voice, I would have to say and have to assume, is more powerful than just a singular voice, especially when that singular voice is busy on the job site, as you said.
That's right. And we want to keep it that way too. We want to keep them busy on the job site. So, through offering different ways of offering our education, so that, there isn't a requirement for members and their employees to go back into the classroom. We've developed online platforms, has many other groups, to deliver our education so that we're able to keep the trade relevant and current and safe, without having to take that much more time off of work.
Now, one final question for you, sort of getting away from the seriousness of association work. Next year, 2022, is ECAA's 60th anniversary.
Right.
Now, is there anything you can reveal now at this time in terms of celebratory planning or anything in the works for next year?
Well, I will share that we are beginning work on it, and it's one of the things that that Sheri mentioned. When we were discussing, we were transitioning the leadership year, is that um, I think she put in her package that she is asking for a couple of tickets to that event. So I know she certainly will be there, and I know that we will likely celebrate her and her commitment to the industry and over the years, as well as highlight the growth of the industry as well. So yeah, Anthony, we're hoping to make it a bit of a splash, and hopefully you're able to come out here to Alberta to participate and enjoy the fellowship that we have.
And I do miss that on a personal note, Robin, being able to come out there during this whole pandemic time, for that face to face and for those relationships. So fingers crossed 2022 is going to be a much better year than the past 2 years.
Yes, that's right. And we hope to see continued growth in the industry, that more of our members get back to work, and we're able to, like I said, grow the membership base and for the betterment of the industry across the country.
Robin, thanks so much for taking the time today, so that I and my viewers can get to know you better on a personal level, but also get to know Electrical Contractors Association of Alberta a little bit better, what it's up to. And I'll include a link to the website so that, hopefully more people will look it up, check it out, and sign those membership forms.
That's great, Anthony. I really appreciate this opportunity, and I really look forward to meeting you face to face sometime soon.